So about a year ago I did a review and a test on a hammock called the Sky Nest from Travelbird, and I pointed out a few little issues that there were with that hammock which sort of seemed to ruin a really good idea. So that hammock was called the Sky Nest. They've now brought out a new one called the Nomad Nest, which looks like it will probably resolve the issues that the Sky Nest had, albeit a different design. Now this one is somewhat different in that it does not have an attached fly sheet to it. So this is the hammock, the bug mesh and the tree straps all in. They've also changed the straps to the extender ones as opposed to the daisy chain, which is a bit of a pain. So these work a lot better. Now I'm only going to be setting this up and testing it out. I'm not staying in it overnight tonight, which is what I normally do. But what I want to do is just to test this out and see, one, how well it works before I take it out on an overnighter, and two, I've got an idea for a couple of little hacks on it, looking at the design that will probably help it. The hammock on its own with the bug mesh, tree straps and also some pegs comes in at 930 grams. So that's a pretty decent lightweight hammock, but you do also have to add either a underquilt or a sleep pad to this. But this has got a different setup from the previous one, which I think is going to be a lot easier and a lot better than the previous sleep pad setup, because that was where I had the issue, in that it was too wide underneath and it would just slide underneath you. It just didn't really work. And this hammock, bug mesh and tree straps comes in around $75, which I think is a pretty good bargain. Now they've also sent me out a separate tarp, and this is the Travelbird multifunction canopy. Now this can be set up in a myriad of ways. I will not show you them all, but I'll put some pictures on the screen as we go along, and I'll tell you all the different setups that you can use with this tarp. Now, as you can see, this is not too bad a size. It's quite thin, but it's quite long, but it's a fairly hefty tarp. I believe it is one of these insulated ones as well, so it reflects the heat back to you. But this weighs just over a kilo, so it's not too bad, but it's not the lightest of tarps. You could get yourself something like the One Wind tarp that I've got, which is I think about 500, 600 grams, so you know, saving half the weight of this. But I'll try this out anyway and I'll show you what it's like. Okay, so set the tree straps up first. These come out really tiny, nice small little package. As you can see, there is a clip on here, which is what you use to attach it to the main hammock. It's very similar to the One Wind setup, but it's a lot quicker and easier to use than, for example, the daisy chain system. So all you need to do is wrap this around the tree. And away you go. The buckle you can adjust and slide up and down depending upon the width of your trees. Got the other one done up. Okay, so the buckle on the tree strap then slots in upwards like so that the tension strap is on the top, and you can tighten it and it won't loosen. Once you've done that, you can simply release the bag and then just pull the hammock out to the next strap. The hammock bag can just stay attached on the end, and then we take the second strap. There's plenty of length on this as well. I'm about 5 meters between these trees. They say between 4 and 6. So that is pretty much the hammock itself set out. What it does have here is these little pockets, and inside you've got bungee cord tied up in a loop. So this is designed to attach down to the ground, so it gives you a lot more space inside the hammock, which is a nice design. And again, like the previous hammock they brought out, it has these little hook clips, so you can attach a underquilt if you wanted to. But this will also take a sleep pad, but in a different way, and I'll show you. Okay, so I think I've come across a little bit of a flaw on this. The guy out point, which obviously is to pull the mesh out away from you when you're inside to give you more space, that's fine, but the mesh is going to be attached to the zip when you're inside it, so it's going to be attached to the actual hammock base. So I don't know why you wouldn't attach the bungee cord to the hammock base and do it that way, because then when you undo the zip, you have to undo the bungee cord, which to me seems a bit silly. So you've got it staked out on the floor to pull it out and give you width, but when you get in and out of it, or if you just want the mesh back off of you, then you have to unclip it from the peg. I'm not sure about that. So inside the hammock there is a small bag, which I believe this is the one that you use when you unzip the mesh to put it inside, so that it just keeps it out of the way. I'll do that now and show you. Okay, so the bug mesh is finally in the bug mesh storage package. Now that took me 10 minutes to work out how to take it off. It's got two lots of zips and you seem to go all the way around and it stops at one end, all the way around it stops at, well, the center point. So it wouldn't go up to the far end, it would go up to the far end still attached. At the other end, which has got a storage pouch, but that's for clothes. So I've had to completely detach it, and I'm concerned I won't be able to reattach it afterwards. Anyway, it's off now. So the hammock is designed for diagonal sleeping. I need to tighten this up a bit. And it has two special hooks that you attach to your sleep pad to get a diagonal lay. Yeah, this is a pretty flat diagonal lay, but obviously the hammock is still banana shaped. So it'd be interesting to see what it's like with the mat inside, and I will show you the mat they do that is designed to clip on the inside using these little hooks. Now, going forward on future camps, I'm also going to be testing out the new One Tigris air pump, which has got a really nice light on the bottom of it, hanging lantern with a pretty powerful pump. I won't go into the spec and the details now, but I'll use it to pump this mat up. It's called the Eco Arc. It's really nice. It's quite noisy, but it sounds powerful. I just remembered how noisy this mat is. So this is the mat they supplied me with the previous hammock, and it's got these little rubberized dimples on the bottom to help it grip, in theory, which is quite nice. But also I couldn't work out what these were for. There's little hooks on the end, so they didn't marry up with the other hammock. But on here, they do, and I'll show you. So the clips that are on the outside of the hammock for attaching your quilt to are replicated on the inside, so you can just hook the corner of this mat onto, and it gives you a fixed diagonal lay. Now this was the problem that I had with the Sky Nest, I think it's called, was that this mat went into a sleeve underneath, but the sleeve was the full width of the hammock. So when you're on the mat, it would just slide away from you underneath during the night. It was a major pain. This will actually keep it fixed in place on the hammock, so this isn't going to go anywhere. So it should work a lot better. Okay, let's try this and see if it's any better. Excuse my trainers, but I can't be bothered to take them off. And as you can probably see, it's just sticking out the bottom of the hammock. Seems to be okay. I'm wondering how it will work with the mesh, because there's tons of space this side. It's very taut on that side. Still the best organizer bag you can get, this one. 3 pockets this side, 3 that side, and a through one there as well. I've got a feeling that might be the head end. Let's try it that way. That's better. So there's more coverage now. Both sides, it's in more of a proper V. It's pretty comfy. One of the good things about this is you can actually still attach your pillow. If you've got a pillow with a strap on it, you can attach it to the pad, which that's one of the biggest bugbears I have with hammocks, is every time you move, and this is a completely flat one like the Haven, every time you move in the hammock, even a flat hammock, because you sit up, the thing tilts. Your pillow immediately just drops down underneath your backside and you lose it. And that drives me mad. Whereas this, I can actually attach my pillow to it. And I've brought a new pillow with me, so I'm going to try it out. So this is the Trekology Aluft Ultra. It is absolutely massive. It's a beast of a pillow and I love it. It's only a little bit bigger in pack size from my Flextail one, but it's got a strap on it. And when I put my down jacket inside here, It is amazing. I can't wait to get out and test this. So if anything, this pillow is is too big for this hammock. It lifts me up too much. I don't need this size of a pillow, but it does mean that you can, I could deflate this a bit. In fact, it's starting to slide off because it's so big, but it's kept on because the strap is underneath the attachment point on the side there. So yeah, this is it's pretty comfy. I'm going to try and zip the mesh back on and then peg it out, see what it's like with that. Or I might just have a little snooze. So, as an actual adult who has quite a bit of experience in using zips throughout my life, i.e. nearly every jacket I've ever worn, my trousers, tents, this has got to be the most complicated zip setup I've ever come across. You can't zip it into that pouch without disconnecting the entire thing and then putting it back together again. I'm sure it's easier the more you do it. It's just unnecessarily complicated. This is what I meant about having the guy outline attached to the mesh instead of attached to the hammock. This would be better because for me getting in and out, I've got this tensioned mesh against the back of my head, which is a bit annoying, but I'm going to try and get in there and see. Ooh, knock my hat off. What it's like with the mesh down. Test my flexibility. Can I reach the zips? So this zip stops here, and then you have the top zip. So what you have now is an extension to the right shoulder and to the left foot end. Would it be better being either side at the top, at the head end? I don't know. It feels pretty spacious in here. There's tons of room above your head. You've got a good storage system here, and you've got this big pocket at the back, but you could stick bits and pieces in this pocket at the top. That's it, I found it now. But yeah, it's pretty comfy. The zips are a faff, but I think it's a matter of getting used to them. I don't think I could side sleep in this. Not with this bloody great pillow anyway. Let's have a go. Well, it's not too bad. The only problem is the mat is a tad small for me. I think I'd probably prefer this with an underquilt as opposed to the mat, but the mat does keep the pillow in the right place. It's not bad. I'm going to try and get this tarp up and I'll show you that. So as I said, I'm not going to show all the different configurations you can put this tarp up in. I'm going to get the tarp up above the hammock, and while I'm doing that, I'll put some pictures and some lovely music showing you the different configurations you can set it up in. Enjoy that bit of elevator music. Now, again, this wasn't the easiest thing to set up, but once you know, it's fine. The tarp itself is actually connected by almost like a guy line, so you tie it around the tree, then you can tension it using one of these guy line hooks that you have normally on the side of a tent. Once it's up, it's pretty nice. I like it, and this is a clever little system. I have seen this on the One Wind tarps, so you can buy them as an accessory, and they attach to two midpoints on here. But this has got a single bar that goes across the top, and it really lifts the inside up and gives you a lot more space. At the ends, you've got a clip system, so you can attach these two nice tightly together, and then you've got a bungee cord, so you can pull them down basically as tight as you like onto the floor, so you can give yourself more coverage on the hammock out of the wind. I'll take you inside, show you what it's like for space. So I haven't done this one up, I've just clipped it together. But inside, with the pole that pulls the sides up, there's a lot of space. Now I haven't set this up perfectly for me. I would have the tarp higher and the hammock higher as well. But there's just loads of space to be able to sit here. So you could sit out, cook underneath the tarp, keep yourself nice and dry. Same both sides, plenty of space. All of that underneath the tarp. It now makes me want a hammock camp here tonight, so I can't. I've got to be up early and out in the morning, so plus I'll probably get shot at because this is where all the Marines do their training. There's probably a load hiding in the bushes watching me thinking, what is that idiot up to? So if you look at the underside of the tarp, I've got another one similar, I think it's the Uni Gear one, which is much heavier, but this has got a silver reflective coating. So if you were to pull this down nearer to you and not have as much air space between you, you'll get heat reflected back into the hammock. So what started out as a hammock that was a bit annoying, I quite like it. I do like it, I like the setup, I like the tarp. It's a really, really nice tarp. Blends in okay. Could do the camouflage one, but it's all right. I will be taking this out and testing it at a future date, so I will try it overnight, but I'm sure it'll be fine. It feels pretty comfy inside. I've just got to tweak it to the right setup for me. Anyway, hopefully just a short video showing you the Travel Bird Nomad Nest and the new Travel Bird Tarp, which I think is really, really good. I'll put links in the description below. There is a affiliate code link as well that you can use. So if you do buy something, I make out of it, but you get a bit of a deal. But if you do want to buy it, yeah, I'll put that in the description below. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, as always, hit a thumbs up. If you're not a subscriber, hit the subscribe button, and I'll see you on the next one.